Ryan Little.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Law, and you're tuned into another episode of Redline Legends, where we bridge the gap between the older generation and younger generation of bikers by celebrating our legends, talking about the love of riding motorcycles, and just chopping it up. Today, I've got a special guest. This is the man that changed the game for me. He was very instrumental in me transitioning from the sport bike world into the cruiser world, stepping up to none other than the Harley-Davidson. We're talking about none other than Jeff out of Boswell HarleyDavidson out of Nashville, Tennessee. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
You good?
Good, man. Good.
Man, I appreciate you coming out, man. You're a busy man.
Very busy, man. Very busy, man.
Busy man. So, like I said in the intro, man, you were very instrumental in me making that transition to sport bikes. I went into the Harley store just thinking, oh, let me see what this is about. I think this was really like the first real time I went to the store and actually talk to somebody. You know how you just walk through and you just kind of like window shopping. But that day, I walked in. I'm like, let me see what the numbers are looking like and see where I can see what I can do. I had no intentions on buying a motorcycle that day, and I went in there and hey, you showed me love, you showed me respect, and I came out of there with a motorcycle. So
that's what it's about, man. It's my job, brother.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about it too, man. So before we get into that, I'll ask you a few questions, man. How did you first get into riding motorcycles, or how did you fall in love with riding motorcycles?
Man, as a kid growing up, this guy up the street, his dad was in a little club, and just hanging out up there in his house, man, chilling in the garage with him and all his homies, checking out all the photos on the wall, you know, of the gals and bikes and stuff like that. I was like, this is something I gotta be a part of right here. So as a young kid, you know, it's just that's where it hit me that I have to be on two wheels. Dirt bikes, four wheelers. You know what I'm saying?
So you got into the dirt bikes.
Yeah.
See, with the dirt bike riders, they always talk about being like on the balls. Was it the balls of your feet? Or it's a certain way they ride.
It depends on how you ride, right?
It's a different way that they ride, and they have a better chance. Like they're more successful when it comes to transitioning over to sport bikes because they've been doing it for so long and the way they position themselves. So I listen to a lot of the dirt bike riders when they're talking about how they're riding because I'm like trying to steal notes. This is back in the day when I was riding sport bikes, but so. The transition from dirt bikes, did you go straight from dirt bikes to Harleys, or did you
I did.
You did? Okay.
I've always wanted the sport bike. Mm-hmm. I remember back in the day, Gucci's had this Raven. I think it was an R6 Raven, man. I loved it. All black. And I was like, man, I got to have that. But my wife wasn't really feeling me getting on a sport bike. And at the time, I needed a cosigner. And she's like, it's not happening. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. So I just kind of let it go and continued on my dirt bikes, you know, and kind of had an issue with a dirt bike. Pretty good wreck. Kind of took me out of the game for a minute. My kid was 6 months old, and she was like, look, you got to stop. You know, your kid's got to grow up with a dad, which made complete sense. So I kind of stopped that for a minute and kind of took me out of the game, and here we are, man. Yeah. My homeboy rode up to the house on the Harley. I was like, I'm getting a Harley. So I went out and got one.
So what do you have now? Because I've seen pictures of it, but tell the people what you got now.
17 Road King Special, all murdered out, blacked out.
Yeah.
As a kid, I always wanted an all black, loud, obnoxious Harley-Davidson.
You got it.
And this is what I got, man. So I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, you definitely got it. I know when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, you finally got it.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah.
So how's it like working at Boswell?
Love it. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, man. I've been trying to get on the Boswells for so long, just never got the call back. And I was just blessed, man. I was looking on Facebook, and I seen somebody they were posted for like motor clothes. Mm-hmm. So I hit them up, and it's usually a girl's job, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I hit him up. I was like, look, I used to work for this country artist doing his clothing. Yeah. You know, merchandise manager, and she's like, well, we don't hire dudes, but the service is hiring back there. I was like, well, I'm not a mechanic, so I'm out. And she's like, no, they're hiring for somebody to wash bikes. I was like, tell them to holler at me. Yeah. You know, I get my foot in the door. I got my foot in the door, and 6 months later, hey man, you want to come up front and sell motorcycles?
Wow.
I was like, absolutely. That's where I've been wanting to be here for a long time.
See, and you're like, to me, like you like one of the most popular people as far as like, hey, when I go to Harley, I'm looking for Jeff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I try, man. I try to make everybody happy. So.
Yeah. So tell me about just seeing that face of the people that, let's say, you sell the bikes to. The joys of getting your first Harley.
Man, I know how it was when I got my first Harley.
Yeah.
The smile on my face you couldn't have wiped off for days, man. And same with you, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I pulled off on my first Harley, man, and it's a life changer, you know. So I try to make everybody's experience the way I had my experience. Yeah. You know, I'm not satisfied until the person leaves out with a smile on their face. You know, yeah, I make a little bit of money doing it, but the smile on the person's face outweighs the amount of money I'm making on a motorcycle. Yeah. So.
Because I know when I got mine, like that day when I came and picked it up and rode it, as soon as I hit that corner, I got used to that first turn. Because I've been on a sport bike. So riding a sport bike, you know, you're like, oh man, this is going to be a crazy jump. I don't want to drop it. After that first turn, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And when I started riding it and I got on the interstate, you know it's bad when you get on the interstate and you're like, your exit is coming up, you're like, I'm just going to
keep on rolling. Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. And when I was doing that, I'm like, why did I wait so long? You know, I had a buddy of mine today, shout out to him, man. He was like, yeah, you only talk about Harleys now. And I'm like, it's not like that. He's like, you biased towards the Harleys. And I'm like, bro, it's nothing like that. It's just when you get on one and you can hit that cruise control and you crossing state lines, and let's say you got your camel pack on, you got you can sip on your Gatorade or water. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is it. You got your music too.
Got your music kicking, man. You don't have to stop.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't understand. Now you're just like, why did I wait so long? So it's not that I'm biased, because I love sport bikes. I love the ability to go that fast and change direction, lean them and all that stuff. But it's a different ball game once you get that early.
Different world for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man. Let's see what I got for you. When it comes to seeing that person but pull off the lot with their brand new motorcycle, what advice would you have for them, you know, as far as maintenance or anything that sticks out in your mind that says, hey, watch for this, or this is what you want to be mindful of, that way you can get the most pleasure out of this thing?
I mean, maintenance wise, obviously preventive maintenance. Yeah. It's on anything. It's a machine. You got to make sure it's well oiled and taken care of, and it'll take care of you. Most of the time, man, I'm just like, pull that throttle and roll, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people make me a little more nervous than others, because, you know, some people, I just sold a bike to a gentleman the other day, and he's an older gentleman, hasn't had a bike in a while, and him pulling out of the kind of made me a little nervous, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, man, but he took off, man, and loved it, man. He walked out of the door. It's so funny. He's probably 60-something years old, man. He walked out and was like, got me a Harley-Davidson, yeah. And that right there made me feel. And I was like, heck yeah, I just changed this guy's, you know, his life right now at that age. So.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of like different events.
Absolutely.
Boswell they're very, very active. They'll keep you involved, you know. They'll send you, I get the text message when there's an event going. I'm like, what is this text message? I'm like, hey, yeah, I might come through there, you know. I'll pull up and walk through it for a minute and kick it for a minute. But if you haven't, like if you're in the Nashville area, what's the address?
401 Fessler's Lane, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. So they've got a restaurant in there.
A restaurant, good food, one of the best burgers you're gonna eat.
If you need your Harley jewelry, your Harley hat and stuff like that, they'll get you right. Yeah. And make sure, if you are looking to make that transition like I did from the sport bike, because nothing's wrong with sport bike, don't get me wrong. I used to do the track days, so all y'all sport bike riders, y'all track day riders that think y'all, you know, I'm the man, trust me, been there, done that, buddy. Just make sure that when y'all ready to make that transition, y'all come holler at Jeff. This is a good dude. You know, he showed me love, showed me respect. Because that was actually like, man, you know, when you first go into Harley is such like, and I'm just being honest. In my mind, I'm like, Harley's like way up here. I'm finna come through here. I'm like, man, I'm finna go in here. They're like, man, if you don't get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, and it might not just be me. Other people might feel that way. So don't feel like that. Just go through. And if anything, go to the Boswell. If you're in Nashville, holler at Jeff, and he'll take care of you, man.
Absolutely, I got you.
I know you guys. Do y'all have any events coming up? I know y'all do the drag racing.
We do the drag racing every first Tuesday of every month.
Yeah.
At the Music City Raceway, drag racing. We go out there. We got a big tent set up. We got a killer team that just dominates, man. We do I should have brought the flyers out here, man. I didn't.
Just send me a picture.
We got the flat track races going on, the hooligan track. You know, the hooligan races. They're local. No, it's different tracks all over Nashville or Tennessee, actually. Got 2 guys going to the X Games this year. They all just flew back. Bubba, Hammer, Chris Boone. They all just went out to California, actually, to try to get into the X Games, qualify for the X Games. 2 of our members got in.
They made it.
So that they're going to be in the X Games, kicking some butt, man, and showing California Nashville ain't nothing to mess with. Man. So, on that hooligan track.
That's what's up, man. Well, definitely send me like the pictures or the links and stuff like that, and I'll add it into the description. And make sure that y'all like, comment, share. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're trying to do big things. Hopefully in the future you'll see Jeff more, and I'll be up there bugging everybody at Boswells for a minute, you know. But we'll talk about it later. You know. But it's nothing but it's all love, it's all good, and man, I appreciate you coming out, man. Hopefully it's not the last time, you know. I know you're busy.
Just holler at me, I'm honored, man. Appreciate it, bro.
You already know.
Yeah. I got to shout out Big E. He shouted me out the other day. What's up, Eric?
Big E, man, out of the family, man. Yeah. Hey, we know you got that party coming up. We're going to push it for you, so let me know anything we can do to help, and we got you, dog. Redline Legends, y'all subscribe, rock with me. We on episode, man, we're like on 37, 38, man. We're at 335 subscribers. We're going up there, so I guess we got to come up with, you know how people come up with, like, what do you call this? Like, this is the family or the nation or the Redline Legends. We're just gonna call y'all legends, so because all y'all are legends, man. We're about to make history, so we need each other to make this happen. So I consider y'all legends as well. So keep rocking with me and stay tuned for the next episode. Redline Legends. Peace out, people.